Recently, I get way more questions on Facebook and Instagram about a very specific equipment that I'm using out in the field while I'm recording sounds, and it's the Manfrotto Nanopole. It's very helpful for me in the way that I record sounds, so I hope this video is helpful for you, and maybe someday down the road you might want to get one of these. A little backstory for everybody who is new to the channel and discovered this video the first time. My name is Marcel. I travel the world since over 5 years and record sounds since 2017. We also have a podcast about our journey traveling the world and sharing our experience. So if you like to check that out, there's a link all the way up. You can click it and then you have a little bit more of a backstory of what we're doing. So now let's talk about the Manfrotto Nanopole and the experience I made with other equipment that I wasn't happy, that are kind of like failures in a way, or let's call it learning experiences, and that's tripods. You have no idea through how many tripods I went. I had A/B sets with different microphones, and it was never really what I wanted. It was always cumbersome, that's the word. But then when I bought the Cinela Albert with the Sennheiser, this alone was for me something that I always wanted to have. I wanted to have a compact set that you can take out of the bag. You do just like maybe a minute of screwing and that's it. Look, I have this tripod, right? To be honest, I already lost the quick release plate. And let me tell you, I lost a lot of quick release plates. And each time you lose it, you either buy the plate or you have to buy a new tripod. So but what's the problem here? If you have a compact set like the Cinela, you can't even put this on a plate. You need an extension, but then you still have it on a tripod. But then with the Nanopole, first off, you have these bars that you can extend. And this is so tiny, I can fit it in my bag. And this one here, I can fit the Cinela together with the Manfrotto and my headphones and my Zoom F6 all in one bag. And it's a perfect set. You just go to a place, zack. But now I want to show you how easy you can fix it on it. See how fast that goes. And that's it. Now it's already on it. If you have a 5-pin cable, because the Cinela Albert with the Sennheiser that I have is 5-pin, you just plug in your cable, you put it in the recorder and that's it. It's very simple. If you don't have a Cinela, it's also not a problem. I want to show you something. This is a Rycord shock mount. Together right now I have the Audio-Technica 4025. We're gonna make a new real-world test video about it. You can also just punch it right here. You see how easy and quick that is. And then you can fix it and that's it. Now, another great feature of a Nanopole is the stand. Just look at this. I hold this here. Here's the screw. Zack. And then that's it. And then you can just attach the cable to your recorder and you're done. This is a tripod. Well, also you think it's really fast, but what is if you want to go higher? That takes time. Zack, zack, zack. But what is if it's uneven, right? Then you can adjust the unevenness. This is something you can't do on the Nanopole. So this is a little bit of a different situation. So if you're in an area that is a little uneven, yes, then you might have a disadvantage with a Nanopole, but that doesn't matter, because one of the things that a Nanopole can do that you can't do with this one is if it's getting too windy. When we're in Iceland and it was a little bit too stormy, we had like these, Libby, help me? Bungee cords, and then you have a bungee cord, and then you put the bungee cord with an, we call it Hering in Germany, boop, 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 and then it's totally fixed. Try this with a tripod. Or if you have like a sandbag, you can stabilize a Nanopole with sandbags. It's fantastic. One great benefit of the Nanopole is that you can transform it into a single pole. It's very easy, very, very quick. And how do you do this is by removing the stand Why would I do that? Imagine you walk to Hong Kong, for example, and you see and you hear a super interesting crackle of an air condition, or you are next to a harbor and there's a boat who is maybe a little bit above the pier, a little bit in the background, and you want to record the splashing. If you use a tripod, you know what would happen to a tripod? It gets longer and longer in the back, so you have a lot of handling noises. Now with the Nanopole, you just unscrew it, and then you have these buttons here, and you just, tuck, you click that button, and that's it. Now you can take this off. It's cool, and if you think about how much that costs $60. They have 3 different versions, so there's one for $60, and then there's another one with carbon, but it's a little bit more pricey. But to be honest, having something like this for $60 in the bag, you're not making anything wrong. And just that I give you a little comparison here. This is a new K-Tech boom pole that I have, and I'm gonna make a new video about it together with the Audio Technica. But if you're not a boomer, if you're not a boom operator, you don't actually need a boom pole, I would say. But for field recording, and there is something you want to record closer and you can't reach it, the Nanopole is perfect for that. And to be honest, for me, field recording, I like to record longer sounds. It's the wrong stand. 3 to 5 minutes. I don't want to hold a boom pole for 3 or 5 minutes. That's for something else. There it is. The stand. It is cool. And I was so happy that I could discover this. And when people think, oh, this is a $3,500 setup. Now you think, oh, he's putting a $3,500 setup on a $60 stand, you know. I was in Iceland, I was in hard winds, I was in pretty tough territories. It was no problem. Of course, the higher you get, because it gets really high, the less stabilized it is. And now imagine you have an Audio Technica microphone, you only need 1 cable. You have this, you have an F6, and you have a complete field recording kit that is easy to use, simple, fast out of the bag, and that's it. One downside that I experienced is the more professional you look, the more looks you get. If you go to places where there is a security, the security might come up to you. So there are some downsides. The more professional you look, the more looks you get. Or I want to show you what you can do so it doesn't even look like you record, is by having the right backpack. Show you. And you can do this with any boom pole. You have a bag, and then you lay it into the bag. You close the bag, put it on the side. For example, you're on a train station, right? Cable goes in here, and then you got it. Look at this. And then you just stay there like this and you record sounds. Super cool. That's how I record sounds as well. So it doesn't have to be always a stand. You can also be the stand. So there are all different ways. Now I really hope you find this video helpful. It's not on. And yeah, who knows? Maybe this is something you're interested in. Thank you so much for watching, and we see you in our next real world test video together with the Audio Technica 4025, what is probably one of the most underrated microphones out there. It is fantastic for field recording, especially ambience and fast setup with only 1 cable. And we also have the K-Tech boom pole in our next video. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.